We watch TED Talks or attend TED events born from a desire to unlock our own genius, or if you will, awesomeness. We desire for ourselves to find a lifetime full of moments in which to find who we are as individuals. TEDx allows us to gather like this in hoping to catch a vibe or a new spark. Our mental map of life and awesomeness shapes the experiences we will have. For many of us, a life of awesome is determined by the things we do in life. We imagine a life full of awesomeness to be as dramatic and awe-inspiring, like the moment in the movie Any Given Sunday, when Al Pacino gives his famous speech about the inches in life. He talks about adding up each and every individual inch in life and how that is the difference between winning and losing, how that is the difference between living and dying. This got me thinking, what if our desire for this TEDx was born from contrast? What if this thing in life in which we seek is a life full of awesomeness? How would we define awesome? Is being or living awesome a realistic pursuit? Regardless of your viewpoints, we always push forward to somehow meet up with this awesomeness that up till now eluded us like a 100-mile-an-hour slap shot missing the net. Most of our days are lived in a much more simple view of life. We often wonder how we're going to pay the bills this month, what activities our kids have, or my personal favorite of trying to remember to bring home the milk. I'm sure everybody has used the word awesome in their vocabulary, and I'm even willing to bet we've used it from time to time. If not, let's change that. Is it this, or is it that? Is a waterfall awesome? Is being awesome somebody who puts himself out there, somebody who takes a chance, somebody who pushes boundaries, breaks barriers? Are those things that make someone awesome? Is being awesome someone who moves forward in life? And who decides what is awesome? Did you know that the word was first used in 1598, over 400 years ago? I sure would have loved to have been there when they first used it. I wonder what they saw or what they did for this word to be created. Do you see the picture on the bottom left of my slide? Can I be honest with all of you? I don't even know what that is a picture of, but it sure looks awesome to me. I wonder if that's where the word came from. I wonder if that's what they saw and poof, this word was created. There are 7.3 billion people that currently live on this planet. Now that is a lot of people who all have a different worldview of awesome. 7.3 billion people searching for their awesomeness. The definition of awesomeness is inspiring or displaying awe, excellent or outstanding. Great. Here I am trying to figure out what awesome means, and the dictionary leaves me with another open-ended debate. Now who is to decide what is outstanding or not? So I took it one step further, and I broke down the word awesome. I looked at each letter individually, and I gave them meaning. The A is for accept. A person must learn to accept themselves. They must learn to work with what they have. They must accept the fact that certain things in life are out of their control. There's no point in getting bent out of shape or throwing a tantrum if there's nothing you can do about it. Some things in life happen for a reason, and it is our job to accept it. I remember this one time when I was flying from Cape Town to Europe, and I got stuck in the middle. All the window and aisle seats were taken. To add to that, I had a little girl that had to be about 10 years old sitting next to me, and she was flying alone. To make matters worse, she didn't speak any English. So here I am on a 10-hour flight, stuck in the middle, next to a little girl who doesn't speak any English. I had no choice. I had to accept it. I noticed early on that every time the flight attendant came by, they gave this little girl an extra bag of cookies, a few extra sweets that none of us got. So I thought to myself, hey, I want in on that. It's a 10-hour flight, I can use a few cookies. So I made friends with this little girl. We started playing games with one another. And the next time the flight attendant came by, she asked for 2 bags of cookies, and one was for me. So it turned out to be one of the worst flights going into it. Actually ended up being one of the best flights I've ever had. And yes, a free bag of cookies to me is one hell of a flight. The W is for winning. Now there's an old saying that goes, winning isn't everything. I'm gonna tell you, that's a load of crap. Winning is everything. We win every time we wake up in the morning. Every time we take a chance. Every time we shake things up a bit and get out of our comfort zone. There are a lot of ways to win. We must change the way we look at certain things in order for us to realize what we have accomplished. Let's say my goal was to win a game of Monopoly amongst friends. Now let's say I had a bad run with the dice, Nobody would trade with me, and I lost all my money, and I couldn't continue to play. Now, most of you would agree I probably lost the game. But if I changed the way I look at things and I realized that the true game was spending time with my friends, doing something I enjoy, then I have to say I won. Of course, there's no way I would lose a game of Monopoly, because I'm a winner, and winners win. There's one thing in life in which I don't understand. It's the people that just float by in life without even trying. Because if we're not going to try and win, then really what is the point of even playing? Shake things up a bit, try, and make something happen. The first E is for excitement. Life is full of ups and downs. There will be highs and there will be lows. It is our job to show some excitement in life, and not only for the things we are passionate about, but for the things other people are passionate about as well. Whatever your opinion is, whether you agree or disagree, show some excitement. The little bit of excitement you show somebody might be the push that someone needs to make something happen. Get excited. I'd like to thank Tar and Dietland for helping me with my TED Talk. Every idea I had, whether it was good or bad, they were so excited, I couldn't go wrong. I was able to use their excitement with mine and a lot of hard work to deliver a message worth sharing. The S is for smile. A smile can change the future. Whether it's a good smile or a bad smile, a smile will always get a reaction. I remember the first time my baby smiled at me. I knew right then and there I'd be forever in her debt. I have a baby girl who is now 7 weeks old, and every time I have to change that diaper, which is not very often, luckily I'm married to Supermom, but every now and then I'm on duty. It's my time to step up to the plate. And let me tell you, there's nothing more special about the look your daughter gives you after filling her diaper. I know she may be only 7 weeks old, but she knows exactly what she is doing. Imagine a smile so deadly, so powerful, it gets a grown man to change a dirty diaper. Now that's awesome. The O is for original. Be yourself. We don't need another person like him or her. We need a person like you. You are what separates yourself from everyone else. Embrace the originality that you've been born with and share it with the world. To me, there's nothing more awesome than a person just being themselves. Sing in the shower, dance like nobody is watching. Or if you're like me, pretend you're the greatest dancer on earth and share it with the world. Be original and be yourself. Find your inner Michael Jackson. You know, I think it's time I take my own advice. I'm really not one for shoes. I'm really not the corporate type. I don't want to sit up here and I don't want to be fake to you guys. I don't want to wear this dress shirt that I can't stand wearing, but I must wear to keep the important people in life happy. I want to be who I am. I was born an athlete. I've always been an athlete. I always will be an athlete. And let me tell you, we're not done. Because you know what? I'm not afraid to put myself out there. I'm not afraid to be who I am. So when I say to you, be original and be yourself. Start changing the way we do stuff. Who cares what people think? Put yourself out there. Have some fun in life. The M is for a moment. Pretty good moment, but we got a few more coming. There are so many great moments in life. Some last a lifetime and some only seconds. Take a moment and just enjoy it. Don't let a moment pass you by. Don't put all the hard work in, all the effort, and not take a moment to enjoy it. Live in the moment. With a snap of a finger or the blink of an eye, the moment has come and gone. Every now and then, slow life down, stop, and listen. Cherish the moment. Take this moment, for instance. This is a moment I will remember for the rest of my life. And to think, 6 weeks ago, I thought Ted was a stuffed bear. And finally, we get to the last letter, another E. This E is for effort. Without effort and hard work, it is very difficult for anything to get done. Being awesome takes energy, and energy is effort. That gorgeous sunset that nature provides us with takes effort. That is the result of nature's hard work paying off. Now that we understand what awesome means, let's talk about how you can become awesome too. If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. How cool is that? Nah, cool doesn't do it. How awesome is that? Just by looking at something differently, we could change the outcome. I wish I could give everyone a magic potion that would make all their problems disappear and make all their dreams come true. I wish life were that easy. I wish with one snap of my fingers, poof, all your issues would just vaporize. What I can do is I can remind you at the worst of times, when you really have hit rock bottom, you think, this is the end. Kill me now. Life's too hard, and I mean really feel bad for yourself. A complete pity party. What I can tell you is that somebody always has it harder. For me, it was the day I got cut from Team Canada. And by cut, I mean I was removed from the team. It was in 2013, and I was currently living in New Zealand teaching inline hockey. I got a phone call from my coach, and he told me I wasn't going to be on the team this year, even though I was the captain of the team and currently a world champion. He said the team was going in a different direction this year. For the first time in my life, I was speechless, and not in a good way. The conversation felt like it went on for an hour, and I remember sitting outside feeling really sorry for myself. But he didn't seem to care at the time. He didn't care that it helped to win a gold medal, the first gold medal in over 13 years, or the fact that I'd been the top scorer. He didn't care that I was the captain for the past 2 seasons. None of that seemed to matter. Suddenly, for the first time in my professional career, I'd become replaceable, and it didn't matter how good I was. He constantly told me, it has nothing to do with your play. You are the country's top scorer and one of our leaders. We simply don't want you back. Just like that. My attitude was not what they were looking for. They didn't seem to care anymore how good I was. They were going to replace me with guys that would follow rather than lead. The coach wasn't looking for another chief. He was looking for Indians. And I'd always been a chief, so from time to time, we had our differences. I could handle being cut from the team for not being good enough. That would have at least given me closure. But getting cut simply because they didn't like you, now that was rough. A real tough pill to swallow. My career was over in my eyes. I thought, how can I change who I am? How can I make them like me? I contemplated playing for another country as I carried 2 passports. That seemed easiest. I wouldn't have to do any work, and I wouldn't have to change who I was. I sat on the idea for about a week, and had numerous conversations with friends, family, and teammates. I decided that wasn't for me. I'm not a quitter. I'm the captain of Team Canada, a world champion. How can I ever play for another country? It wouldn't be right. So I started changing the way I looked at things. I bought a plane ticket, and I flew to Germany. I didn't take no for an answer. I sat in the stands with my wife, and I cheered Canada on. I wasn't about to let my ego stand in the way anymore. These were my brothers, my friends. I'm not going to stand here and lie to you. It was hard. It sucked sitting in the stands. It sucked bad. But I knew this is what my country needs from me. I knew this was the task at hand. The coach and management staff in the beginning were in shock. If they thought I was a distraction beforehand, now what were they going to think? Here I am at every game in Germany, organizing jerseys for myself and all the other family members to wear as we cheer Canada on. I even put the face tattoos on and everything. It was the first time in my professional career I'd ever paid for myself to go to a world championships. Previously, the team had always covered my expenses. And here I am spending my own money to watch, to cheerlead. Canada took the bronze medal that year, and I knew with me in the lineup, they would have done better. And in 2014, I got a call from my coach, and he said, Dave, we've made a mistake. We want you back. Finally, somebody's speaking my language. He said, you're not going to be the captain anymore, but we want you back on the team. Of course, me getting back on the team was all that mattered. And in 2014, I helped lead my team to a silver medal. In 2015, I got another phone call from my coach. He said, Dave, we want you back on the team, but this year, you're going to be the assistant captain. Not only did I help lead my team in scoring and leadership, I helped lead Canada to its second world championship. I'd like to take a few minutes and just go through some of the moments in my life, and hopefully it's going to inspire you. Imagine beautiful music playing with us. Because it's there. You can see it in your heads. You don't need the sound. Just imagine it. Just feel it. Feel that rush, no matter what you do in life. Everything is awesome. The awesomeness is out there. No matter what you do, you just have to search for it. Go with it. Find your inner child. Have fun. Face your fears. Put yourself out there. That was me falling out of the boat. Almost died. But I did it. There's nothing better feeling than spending time with your friends, your family, your brothers. Winning. being a world champion. TED is a global community welcoming people who seek a deeper understanding of the world. TEDx events like these have a goal to change the attitudes, lives, and ultimately, the world. This mental map of a different way of being in the world is possible if we all tap into the idea that awesomeness is hardwired into our DNA. But it comes through amidst the contrast that is the realness of our lives. Whatever it is, or whoever it is, today I say to all of you, be awesome.